welcome to you. This is your July reading with me. This month we will be doing things a little bit different. You see 2 decks of cards. We will follow the format of the June reading, and we will be pulling one of each card at a time from the decks. This is the first card we will work with from the Morgan Greer deck, and then the confirmation card or the clarifying card will be coming from the Rider-Waite. Now that card that fell out was a bit of a jumper, so we're going to use that as your first card. And Scorpio, this is your reading. So now I will shuffle the Rider-Waite and we will see what comes your way to clarify or confirm the energies of this card, sort of like extending the message. So that is the 7 of Pentacles. This is for Scorpio for July. We will just see what's happening. Another one. This has been happening quite a lot for this month's readings, rather unusual really. So we start there with the 7 of Pentacles, and on the other side a major arcana card for you Scorpio, and it's Temperance. So it looks as though finances might be on your mind as we move into July, and that card, the 7 of Pentacles, is often known as the feeling of satisfaction around some of your finances, like you may have chosen to invest somewhere that is sturdy, which is generally the feeling here, that finances have a sturdy feel to them. There's also the appreciation of the fact that perhaps your own hard work, whether it be physical hard work or your determination to plough through things, pardon the pun, ploughing through, is paying dividends and reaping rewards. So it's a message of keep going, don't give up what you're doing, make sure you check your financial tendencies and where you have your money invested, but basically it shows signs of positivity and growing because of your due diligence and hard work. And then we come to the Temperance card, and one of the major messages I guess from the Temperance card is that of balance. So I think it's saying to you, balance your money. You know, you're doing well with it, but don't go out and perhaps buy any big ticket things. Just reassess your possibilities at this point in time. So if you're thinking of maybe rushing out and buying a car, or a trip overseas, something exciting like that, I think they're saying to you, just have a little bit of caution around that and temper it and modify it. So modify some of your plans around expenditures or costs. It may be that some extras are due to come in that you hadn't quite anticipated as well, or perhaps you had thought that there might be a certain amount of a dividend coming from something like stocks or shares or the sale of an item, and in fact for some reason it may not be as much as you think. But it's not negative in terms of a loss, it's just telling you to temper it and be a little bit cautious. So let's see what your next card is. The Hierophant, another major arcana, and we'll see what the partner is for that. The Knight of Swords. The Hierophant again is a little bit of one of those cards that tells us to slow down and stop and assess things. And in particular, this Knight of Swords is the complete opposite. He's rushing in there like, whoa, charging up the air and exciting, vibrations and tensions. He often is argumentative. He will set things asunder with the tone of his voice and the use of his words. He's very much about intellect and communication. And sometimes when this Knight of Swords is around, it can be a very quick, swift agitation or abrupt start to something like an energetic response, or an argument, or tensions, or something that creates quick-fired, passionate, intense, directional energy. So he's coming and doing that, and this guy's going, well, no, I don't think so. So there could be something around in this month of July where you're either getting fired up and you want something to happen really quickly, or you're agitated about it, but the background energy is saying, look, calm down, mate, slow down, rethink it. I'm asking you to do things by the book. And sometimes that means crossing the T's and dotting the I's and waiting for a response from a legal representative or from a council or from a doctor or a lawyer, and sometimes these things take time. So there's definitely a message here in the beginning of your reading about slowing things down, taking time, putting balance in place with situations, finances and emotions, and understanding that everything happens in timing when it's meant to, and to do things the right way and by the law. Also, we see the ecliptical moon here around the Hierophant, and sometimes he points to energies to do with moon timings. So either the new moon or the full moon in July, or possibly heading into these ecliptical energies that are coming, which are full on in August, and in particular across the United States of America. So there could be a lot of upsurgings of hidden emotions that have been kept, bottled up for a long time, and they might be starting to boil over one way or another in your life as we move into July and August. The Eight of Wands, and the partner for that is the Star. That's actually a really nice mix. The Eight of Wands is often representative of new beginnings and coming in very fast, not dissimilar to this energy here, but his is more argumentative and sort of abrasive, whereas this is more creative and passionate. The wands are about creative energies and passionate desires. So this can be around either your sector of creative force, which is often our career and where we work and how we get inspired in life, or it can be around your relationship zone. This card can often be indicative of new relationships coming in, and sometimes very quick and speedy, and these can be romantic. And the Star, she also has a tendency to offer sexual chemistry and liaisons and physical romantic liaisons as well. So those two are sort of heading into each other. Again, you see we've got this talk about balance, almost the very same card as this one here, the pouring of water from land to water or vice versa, and she has one foot in the water in each of these cards. So there is some message here for you continuing about being thoughtful and contemplative, keeping things in balance. Don't let yourself get too excited in July. I think the more you moderate yourself, and Scorpios are very good at doing this, the more you moderate yourself, the better things will go. So it's about allowing the things to come in, but not getting totally fired up with them and going off out of control. She also does talk about dietary issues, rehydration, spending time outdoors by bodies of water and out in nature. And both of these cards are representing that same feeling as well. So some of you are either going to be doing this in July, and you might find it to be really heartwarming and connective. You might meet a new person when you are on this outdoor energetic connection. You might just feel passionately connected and excited and happy about it as well. So the other things that the Eight of Wands can represent are air travel. So some of you might be travelling to a destination that is like this and enjoying its conviviality and its happiness and its enjoyment of life, and you might meet a person like this. Also, the Star in a reading gives overall buoyancy to any card. So if there are any cards that you feel a little bit gloomy about, or you're thinking, oh dear, can't be bothered with that, think of the Star at the same time, because the Star illuminates it and brings better prosperity or positivity to it. The Star also represents being overlooked by your spirit guides in particular and your guardian angels. So sometimes an intervention or a meeting, which this could be, as I say, new people coming into your life, it could be done through the gift of universal energies such as your guardian angels and spirit guides presenting you with someone who is very important at this time in your life. So you could call that synchronistic meetings as well. Another Court card. He's the Page of Swords, so he's the brother, if you like, of that other guy before. The Knight that was coming in, racking things up. So again, we've got this still energy going on. He is connected to a Wands person, the Three of Wands. This is often again about your creative passions or desires in life, and it can be about your career. So maybe something around you might have felt like stuck or thinking, what do I want? Where do I go? And it's as if you are something's coming to you either from someone else, or you're stirring yourself up one way or another, as if you're saying. The Three of Wands often refers to our prospects of our career or our creative ideas. And that chap has his back to us. He is contemplating the future, and he is looking beyond where he currently is, beyond his perspective and beyond his physical time zone, pondering how he gets to the future to make the next jump in his passion or creative zone in life, which of course includes your career. Now the Page of Swords on the side, they come on in, they are the instigators of ideas or propagation of energy. So like his brother the Knight, when the Page comes in, he's stirring things up. So it feels as though you guys are stirring your own desires or energies or thoughts about where you're headed in the future. And as I say, possibly around the creative zone or your career zone. So if it's not you that's doing this, it could be someone around you who's putting out some sort of ideas or energy or excitement about making the change or going in a certain direction. And there's nothing wrong with that. It kind of creates the metamorphosis for change and for moving forward. So July has got a lot of this energy in it for you guys, you're thinking about re-strategizing and altering certain dynamics in your life, and it does feel to be around finances and career or your creative resources in life. So let's see what's coming next. The Five of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Two of the water sign cards, just like yourself, Scorpio. So two of the love, heart, connective cards, the cup cards. The Five always looks a little bit sad and symbolic of loss or moving on, and we've talked about this in the previous cards, that there's this feeling you're wanting to reassess or rejiggle things around. This card often gives us the feeling that the three cups on the floor, down here on the ground, they've fallen over and they've gone to crack and ruin because something wasn't working, and it feels as though you've been investing energy or time or passion again into something and it's not been rewarding. There's not the payback involved. But what you need to consider are these two beautiful cups still standing behind you. So if you're coming up with a situation like this in July where you think, well, that was a waste of time, or I don't feel loved enough, or my work's not cherished, or I can't seem to get people to be the way I want them to be, you've just got to look around and notice that there are actually many people in your life who do support you, who cherish your ideas, who listen to you and value you, because you've still got three of these beautiful chalices or cups that are connective to the love energy. And the Knight, yet another court card, he's very symbolic of the offerings of peace or the making up of something, like making up after an argument, trying to heal a past or a wound, but also the possibility of a new love coming in. So perhaps this one is by your choice. You go, I think I feel as if there are more suitable people around me at the moment who I would rather be in a relationship with. Whether it's a friendship relationship or a work relationship with co-workers, it just feels as though you're definitely rejuggling quite a lot of perspectives and aspects in your life in July. Like you're trying to rebirth something or create a new energy flow. Perhaps that's what it is. So let's see the next two. Another travel card. So Scorpios, could you be doing quite a lot of travel in the month? And another court card. The Six of Swords on the left is often known as travel, and this is metaphysical and literal. So sometimes this card tells us we are moving away from something that was unsettling or not promoting harmony within our structure of life, within our relationships. And we saw this because we saw the 5 of Cups here, then we see the 6 of Swords. So this is about moving away from this disturbed kind of feeling around especially relationships into something smoother. So the boat is sailing into calmer, smoother waters. He also has this person with him, so sometimes he takes someone with him but leaves others behind. Now, because it's swords, and swords are often analytical and about the mind and about communication, this could be to do with something in the workforce area as well. So perhaps leaving a job that was no longer satisfying or was creating disharmony, moving into a new job. Possibly you could even move overseas, because this card revolves around travel across water. It doesn't have to be by boat, but it usually means somewhere you are either going to water or you travel to or across water. And we've seen water mentioned in your reading quite a lot earlier on as well. So I think this does play a big part in the month of July. The Queen of Swords, she could be the person you are either leaving behind or taking with you. So she could be symbolic of the type of relationship, energy or synergy that is going on here. She could well be an air sign person, doesn't have to be female, but usually it's someone of a slightly older age when the Queen turns up. So there could have been discussions with this person. She could have been someone who initiated or helped to propagate the change, or she could be someone that you wish to leave behind. Either way, she feels as though she is part of this picture. So again, I feel she could be almost work related. It could be a work colleague or a new employer or an old employer, or if you own your own business, an employee of sorts. So there's definitely something in this whole month that has brought you to like a head with situations and you are dealing with them. But remember this guy here, the Hierophant. Deal with it legally and appropriately, and it should turn out right for you. Let's see what the next one is. The Lovers and the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands, let's touch on that briefly, can often indicate many people interested in you, and at that heightened awareness, you know, that attraction, that sensuality feel. So some of you may suddenly find that you have got people interested in you, and you had that in the 8 of Wands as well. So I feel like you Scorpios must be turning on your lovely, sexy charm in the month of July, because there are people in this reading, there are a lot of them. This is very much not just about you, it's about people around you that are either pushing you towards making certain structures or changes or ideas about how you go forward. There's also people in this relationship that are coming in, and possibly lots of new ones. So we see the Lovers card is often about new chemistry, new relationships. For some of you, these can be soulmate relationships, so they can be very deep and bonding and special. They can be a time when it signifies there is more than one person involved. So this is what I'm saying about choice and other people. Some of you may literally be involved in a triangular type situation where there could be 2 people you can't quite decide who you want to be with, or someone that you're choosing is also trying to figure out who they want to be with. This can also be about the starting up of new businesses. So sometimes when this is the energy for this card, a new business starting up at this time can be very blessed. It can do very, very well, because this cooperative or partnership between the 2 people that form the business is usually very positive and well grounded. This can also represent business type or again creative, passionate resources. But if we look at it from that perspective, it often insinuates tension, or that there are many people vying for the same idea or for the same role. So remember, this is a group reading. It's the thousands of you look at this. So for each of you, you will pick up a different particular idea about where the card sits with you and which message is more pertinent. So I think we will do one final card each, Justice and the Six of Hearts. Now that's Six of Cups. That is really interesting because Justice is the Karma card. It talks about balance again, and I think we have said that so often. And we've seen often a foot going in a certain direction, and that's also what led me to feel that you are walking yourself into new territory. You are making changes in your life. Now the Justice card can turn up when the balance of fortune is being played out, and it is often karmic and past life issues. And Scorpio, you have many past life issues in your life. You're the karmic sign. So often a lot of your relationship and your work related energies that go on will be related to past life issues. So this card can be suggesting that a certain ending has come and it's time to move on, and it has finished for once and for all. Now sometimes this can turn up when there is a divorce taking place, or a separation, or the ending of even something like businesses. So I've got very mixed feelings with you guys. For some of you this is very much about your creative business sector, and for others it's more personal and interrelated with relationships. So the Justice card can be about signing legal documents, so court documents. Some of you may even be attending court for litigation or for dissolution of something, whether it be relationship or business structures. But it usually bodes well when it turns up in your reading. So it usually says the balance is going in your favour. Now for some of you, it could be associated with things that have definitely been in the past, and that's why I think this karmic energy, past life issue, is coming to a head for a lot of you. And it will be a really big thing when you've moved it on, because it allows you freedom to move into the next leg of your life, the next journey. So this cup here is very, very much about the past, going back into the past. And so it could be with people from your past, literally, or people that you've had a very long time relationship with, or this has been going on for a long time. So it's completely tied up in some sort of synergistic energy along those lines. It could be ex-lovers, it could be ex-partners that you are finally managing to separate everything from. It could be the fact that when you were a child there were some sort of partnerships or alliances made that are being now finally broken, and you're free from them and able to move on. It could be about children. It could revolve around children one way or another, whether it's your children or new children coming into your life, or children from an ex-partner. There's a whole array of messages that it's stacked so high I can't really get them all out. But I think it's quite a nice way to end this July reading, because without doubt it clarifies the end of a cycle, and it's going to enable you to move into August with a whole new paradigm, a whole new energy and a whole new direction. And that, timing wise, is amazing, because we have this really big eclipse, especially for Americans who are listening, because it's across your country. So if you've managed to get this cycle of old done and dusted here in July, you'll move forward with so much promise and so much opportunity that it'll be really, really good position to be in. So I think yours is very suitable reading, and I think there's a lot of depth to it that I haven't been able to cover off here, simply because it's so convoluted and it's got so many intricacies weaving through it. But let's put these cards away and see what your final card is, which is a numerology card. And because we are working in the 7th month, we will pull from the 7th card down. So this is for Scorpio. What's their last card for the July reading? Perseverance, number 4. Let's have a look. That's the beautiful greens coming out. I quite like this little green crystal here to put across the top of it. So the number 4 is a number that you can pull upon for the month. It is the only number there, so we will sit with number 4. It's very, very green, so it's very much about the heart and the heart chakra energy, and also relationships. The word perseverance tells us that by persevering with any given in life, which was what your very first card was. I said it was about perseverance and sturdiness and the dedication of work. That's 7 of Wands. Perseverance is a reward in our life, because if we persevere through any adversity in life, we get to the apex, we get to the top of the mountain, if you like, and we are able to sit back and look in reflection on what we have achieved and what we have overcome. So perseverance, I think, is telling you guys to just keep going a little bit longer, because the wheels are definitely there for a big change coming for a lot of you in some areas of your life that you really want to see the changes. So there you are, Scorpio. I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed the reading. I really enjoyed doing it because it just got more and more in depth as we went along. It seemed to give quite deep answers throughout the cards, and it was tying up very nicely in a certain direction. So thanks for joining me, guys, and I wish for you a wonderful July with plenty of great perseverance and strength and determination moving forward to make all these changes that are coming your way, and to welcome in the new people that are also coming. Remember to sub the channel and to leave a comment and to like the video, guys. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all in the following month. Have a wonderful month. Much love. Namaste.